as far as the global markets go. Let's talk about what this really means for our own markets and everything that you should track in terms of stock-specific action as well. We have Hormaz and Sudarshan here with the trade setup this morning. Guys, a very good morning to both of you. Hormaz, you know, the last couple of hours yesterday kind of ruined the mood a bit. Looks like we'll start well, but take us through what we should watch.
Just as all good things come to an end, the party had to end sometimes. It's not ended, you can't say that. It's taken a bit of a pause. Maybe it might resume today. But as the 6-day rally ended yesterday on the Nifty, and the good bit though was that the index managed to hold on to that 22,000 mark on the downside. It's briefly slipped below it, but managed to close above that. It has done so for the last 4 sessions as well. And it is only fair to say that the rally that we see in the broader markets all along, the greater pain was felt over there as both the mid-cap and the small-cap indices fell over 1% each yesterday, with a lot of stocks reacting there as well. A sector that has bucked the trend though, as most of the sectors were down yesterday, a sector that bucked the trend was the real estate index. It's been doing well over the last week or so now. It was higher on Tuesday as well, and it continued with that performance on Wednesday. But the pain point, a major pain point that has been there is IT, and the Nifty IT index almost fell to a 3-week low yesterday, with Infosys, TCS, HCL Tech, all of them contributing to the downside on the Nifty. So pain coming in from the technology stocks. But all eyes were on 2 major global events last night, as you highlighted earlier on, FOMC minutes as well. Saying that there will be no rate cuts until they see greater confidence on receding inflation. And just as towards the close of trade, the indices saw a brief spike from the day's low, and that was because in anticipation of Nvidia's results, as you just highlighted as well. And for those who are wondering whether Nvidia can sustain growth, the CEO said that the conditions are excellent for growth in 2025 and beyond. So some key important data to watch out for today. The inflation data coming out from the Eurozones. We'll keep an eye out on that. And since today is Thursday, we'll see initial jobless claims from the US as well. Bit of a pause, but GIFT Nifty is indicating a positive start, so the rally may just resume today as well.
All right, let's see if it does. Hormaz, thanks a lot for getting us all of those cues. Let's also talk about all of the stocks that Sudarshan has compiled for us. Sudarshan, I know Grasim is on top of your list.
Yeah, so I'll be starting with Grasim, and also remember that other paint stocks will be in focus. Kumar Mangalam Birla will be launching Birla Opus Paints business today, and he'll also inaugurate 3 Birla Opus Paints plant at Panipat, Ludhiana and Cheyyar. NBCC has got in principle approval from Greater Noida Authority to develop 5 Ampali projects worth ₹1,000 crore. Brigade and PVP Ventures will be in focus. Brigade has signed joint development agreement with PVP Ventures to develop residential project in Chennai, and revenue potentially seen somewhere at ₹2,000 crore, and PVP to get 40% share of revenue from this project, and company sees at ₹1,000 crore over 5 years. Grow and Well to consider bonus issue on February 26. Home First Finance, IRDAI has granted composite license for soliciting life, general and health insurance. Eureka Forbes sources say promoter will be selling up to 12% stake via block deals, and floor price for the same is at ₹495 per share, which is at a 3% discount to current market price. Keep an eye on space sector related stocks. Stocks like Apollo Micro, BEL, HAL, MTR Tech and Walchand Nagar. Cabinet has approved new FDI policy which will pave the way for 100% FDI in the sector. Keep an eye on rice stocks, KRBL and LT Foods. Government has extended export duty imposition of 20% on parboiled rice without any end date. Sula Vineyards, Maharashtra government has notified extension of wine industrial promotion scheme for 8 years. And lastly, SRF. Company has filed writ petition before Rajasthan High Court. Company seeks relief in terms of quashing the demand raised by GST authorities. Remember, in August 2023, GST had conducted searches in its factory premises in Rajasthan.
All right, thanks a lot, Sudarshan, for filling us in with all of that stock-specific action. We also have Nigel in here now with all of the cues from the futures and options space. Nigel, good morning. What are you tracking?
Well, morning, Pavitra. Yesterday, the markets lost their way a little bit towards the end of trade, but I don't think there's any big reason for concern because there appeared there was more unwinding of positions that we saw both on the Nifty and the Nifty Bank. The open interest was a little bit lower. If you look at the Nifty Bank, well, the intraday chart tells you a little bit of a story because yesterday it played out weekly expiry. And it was holding firm till most of the trading session, but some part of that could be an element of weekly expiry that played out. The good news, though, is that it still continues to trade above its averages, the technical averages. And the 50 DMA, well, that's the nearest possible level that we're looking at. You know, it managed to, it's still above that level. So that's an important point as well. What did the FIs do? They added close on 10,000 long contracts. That was in the ratio of close on 4 longs for every 1 short position. And if you're looking at the options data, well, the bears will feel that they are on top, particularly given that today's expiry. The bulls will want to get closer to around the 22,200 odd because yesterday there was aggressive writing. Just take a look at the writing that we saw. On both those two strikes, the premium came down by a fifth in a single trading session. So that's the opening number, and that's where they closed up in terms of the premium. So the writing of these calls, well, those bears will be feeling on top. What's the range? Well, on the downside, the 21,950, that should be a bit of a support zone. The 22,000 put had a fair bit of open interest. Yesterday, there was some unwinding, but that's why I'm talking about the 21,950. And yesterday, we went to 22,250 from where we did a U-turn. So that's, a bit of a resistance in the near term. Back to you.
All right, Nigel, thanks a lot for laying out all of those cues for us. Around 55 points higher is where we're at on the Gift Nifty right now. We do need to take a short break, but on the